So now that we've worked on achieving a good, strong singing posture, let's work on our breathing and where our breathing support system comes from. When we talk about singing breathing, we use a muscle called the diaphragm. Now the diaphragm sits at the very bottom of the rib cage, just under what we call our floating ribs. Our floating ribs are ribs that aren't connected to the sternum, and they sit at the very bottom of the rib cage. So if you just have a feel around, you should feel your floating ribs round about here. So they come out here and they don't join at the sternum here. The diaphragm sits directly underneath here. So I want you to take a couple of breaths in and see if you can feel anything moving where your hands are. So deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now when we breathe in, our diaphragm flattens out and moves our rib cage, and we get an expansion of the rib cage because of the diaphragm, and that allows our lungs to take in as much air as we can. So let's find our diaphragm again. Now I want you to imagine this image. Imagine there's a rubber ring round the middle of your waist at the bottom of the rib cage. And when you breathe in, you're touching that rubber ring. So let's take a big deep breath in and see if we can feel an expansion the whole way round. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in again. And breathe out. When we breathe out, make sure that we don't have any collapse in the rib cage. We want to try and keep everything as tall and as strong as possible. If we start to collapse from the shoulders and the top of the rib cage, we lose a lot of air a bit too quickly. So try and keep everything nice and tall and relaxed up at the top, but strong from the centre of our diaphragm. So let's find that breath one more time. This time, take a deep breath in through the mouth and breathe out through the mouth. Here we go. And breathe out. And breathe in again. And breathe out. Now there's a breathing exercise that we can do to work on how long we can breathe out for. I want you to imagine that there's a candle at the opposite end of the room. You're going to stand here, the candle's at the other end of the room, and you're going to blow out that candle in one long breath. As you do this long breath out, make sure that you don't bring your body forward, that you don't collapse from the chest, but that it's one single stream of air coming straight out the mouth and heading for that flame of the candle. So you're going to need a big breath for this and one long breath out. As soon as you've done the long breath out, make sure you bring the air straight back into the lungs. It's like a sponge, water coming into a sponge, so the air should be coming into your lungs as soon as you've breathed out the last bit of air. So here we go, let's blow out that candle. So deep breath in and out. Good. Towards the end of that exercise, you should feel your tummy muscles starting to pull in and tighten. That's our support muscles and our diaphragm working really hard to support that breath. So let's see if we can get it working with the voice.